Welcome back to the vlog. First up, I need to show you something that I just got that is going to be an absolute game changer.
So when we shoot our videos, our main lens is this one. This is a 20 to 70 millimeter. So the millimeters basically means how much you can see on the screen at one time. And since this is a zoom lens, you can start at 20 millimeters and have this wide of a field of view, or you can zoom in to 70 millimeters and you have a field of view that's much more narrow and zoomed in. So for most of our shots, this works perfectly. 20 millimeters if you're up close to the camera, 70 millimeters if you're a little bit farther away. But what if there is a bird off in the distance that you want to look at? That is where this big chunky telephoto lens comes in. Telephoto, I think, just means, I don't actually know what telephoto means, but it's for those lenses that can let you zoom in really far. So this current lens is 20 to 70. This one goes from 70 to 300. So 70 millimeters to start, and if we zoom in, we can go all the way to 300 millimeters. And this is great for getting shots of like birds, wildlife, anything that's really far away. For most of the time, we'll have the 20 to 70 on there. That works in most situations. And then whenever we see wildlife, we scramble to get this telephoto lens on there as quickly as possible. And I cannot begin to tell you how many times we have not been able to get this telephoto lens onto the camera in time to get the wildlife. It's hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times. That's what makes this so exciting. Enter the Sigma 20 to 200. This is a lens that goes from 20 millimeters to 200 millimeters. So instead of these two lenses, we've got this one lens right here. Look at this. 200 millimeters. Walk up close, all the way to 20 millimeters. That is absolutely incredible. I can't tell you how exciting this is. Now, we no longer have to carry these two lenses on every single trip and have to be switching back and forth whenever we need to zoom in on some bird. We can just, if we see a bird, we move the camera, we zoom in, blam, there is the bird. And then if somebody's talking right next to the camera, you just zoom back out. Oh, come on, son. Now, if I've done a good enough job of explaining this and you've been paying very close attention, you might say, yeah, but wasn't your old lens 70 to 300 and this one only goes to 200? Yes, we will be losing a little bit of zoom in range. But what's very surprising is that the difference between 200 and 300 millimeters is not nearly as big as you might think it is. Let me show you. So this shot right here is 200 millimeters. If we zoom in to 300, look at the difference. It's really not that much more. 200, 300, 200, 300. And then if we do a little digital zoom, this is 200, and then we do our digital zoom, look, you're even closer than 300. And the quality is not terrible. So 200 to 300 is not that big of a difference. But on the wide end, those millimeters matter a lot more. This is 20 millimeters and this is 28. You're really getting a lot more room just from those 8 millimeters. I don't know how the math works exactly because I don't think like 200 to 300, you're getting like a 2x more zoom. But I think like 20 to 28, you're getting closer to a 2x zoom. I don't know. But the point is that 20 millimeters on the wide end is very important. They've made 28 to 200s before and 28 to other stuff. But a 20 this wide of a shot to a 200 this zoomed in of a shot, that is incredible. It is gonna be such a game changer for us. Like, even if we didn't have to switch these lenses out, that's the number one problem, that we can never get the lenses switched in time. The weight, this lens is so heavy. If you could just have one lens that was both of these, which we now do, oh, come on, man. Game changing, game changing. Now, I haven't filmed a full video with this lens yet, so I'm not 100% certain what the quality is like or how the handheld stabilization is like. So I can't say for certain that this is gonna be a complete winner, but it's from a very reputable company, Sigma, that makes lots of great stuff. So I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty good. But just the fact that I can go from 20 to 200, even if there are compromises, which there are, and I don't need to get into because it's a little bit technical, that's gonna be super worth it. Never having to bring this telephoto again and just scrambling to get it on, very exciting. I'm very excited to film a video with this. In fact, when I'm solo hiking, I could maybe get away with just only having this lens. Wow, that would be
That would be a heck of a thing, man.
See, the thing is, I like having all of the equipment that I need, but I don't like having a bunch of stuff. Anytime I can pare down my equipment, that is a win. There's a balance that needs to be struck between video quality and the ease of filming. Of course, you could take out like a full-size like cinema camera with like a whole bunch of rigging on it, and you'd need Bear Grylls' cameraman to come film stuff for you. Or you could just film with your cell phone. But somewhere in between filming with your cell phone and having a full cinema rig, you've got the middle. And I'm constantly trying to get that middle more perfected.
God, just look how big these lenses are, and you gotta switch back and forth. All of that in this one skinny little lens. It's even slightly smaller than the 20 to 70. I think it weighs more, but it's slightly smaller. I mean, come on, man. You don't need this one. Oh, whew. Game changer. And speaking of new stuff, 3 of you lovely viewers have sent us some stuff. All right, we've got 3 unboxings today from Deborah, Tim, and Christian. I initially read the name wrong, but also Christian, we're gonna do your unboxing on the next vlog, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for sending that. Back to the video. All right, first up from Tim, it's in an envelope. Oh, nice. Enjoy the P38 can openers. I've had my dad's for 40 years and he had it since 1955. Oh, that's cool. So it's a little can opener that you can just hook onto a can. I don't know how it works exactly. I'm sure if I had a can in front of me, I could figure out how it works. Thank you, Tim. We will keep one of those in our backpack so that if we ever forget a can opener, that will be very helpful. All right, next up, this is from Deborah. This looks like a delight. Yo Bear snacks. Hi guys, most of these snacks are self-explanatory. Some sweet, some crunchy with a kick. The miso packets are my camping road trip secret to making any ramen better. No more sad ramen meals. One additional note, you'll see some of the fruit snacks are Wegmans brand. Here in central New York, Wegmans is a destination, a real grocery adventure. To stop at a Wegmans is to understand the adventure Wegmans is. Well, you know we're about those adventures, boy. Thank you, Deborah. Let's check these out. Ooh, oh yeah. Crunchmaster, Yo Bears. Wait, is this actually Yo Bear or just say bear? Oh, it just says bear. Fruit snacks. Am I gonna have some Wegmans fruit snacks right now? You know, if I were a less honest person, I could cut that out because that fared very poorly for me as somebody who is a no Chad person. That was good. It's a slightly less bouncy texture than the traditional Welch's. Quite tasty though. I like it. All right, Tim, Deborah, Christian, these are fantastic. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you to everybody who sent us stuff. It's always very appreciated, especially when it's food because we actually eat it on the episode and it's a great time. I have some stuff that I want to give to you. First up, many years ago now, my friend Derek, who does video game trailers, you might have seen him on TikTok or other social media. He gave me this device, which is some Drobo 5N or something. What it lets you do is put in a bunch of different hard drives, and then they all act as one big hard drive that also has redundancy, so if any of the hard drives die, you can put a new one in. This company has gone out of business, so if anything ever went wrong with it, I would have no support options. So I'm no longer using this as a data storage backup solution for myself. But if you would like it, please let me know. I will ship it to you for free as long as you live in the US. If you have less mission critical needs, you just plug in this power adapter. You'll need a USB 3.0 cable or something, and then you plug it in. Let me just tell you the model number. You can look it up and decide if you want it. What's this called? This is a Drobo DR4-A. So Derek, thank you for this. It had many years of good service. He gave it to me for free. I'm gonna give it to you for free. Everybody wins. Same for this Logitech mouse. I don't have the receiver for it anymore. I don't know how you go about connecting this to anything if you don't have it. LZ706AK, I guess. Please take this off of my hands so that I don't have to throw it in the trash and somebody can use it. And finally, if you have an iPhone 14 Plus, very specifically just that phone, iPhone 14 Plus, please allow me to send you a case and screen protectors because it's a long story, but I ended up with these and I've had them for years now. And I'm just so sick of them taking up space in my house, not being used. And I'm like, surely there's gotta be someone out there with an iPhone 14 Plus. Let me say it again, iPhone 14 Plus. Look at your phone right now. Is that an iPhone 14 Plus? If it is, please find my email address in my YouTube page. It's like you go to like about or something, send me an email and I will send this to you for free. It'll be out of my life. It'll be protecting your phone. Oh, it will be such a great, joyous communion of needs and wants. Woo! A little bit more housekeeping. New episode of Adventure Archives, a road trip, is on patreon.com/adventure. You can watch that right now. If you're a patron, cannot tell you how much that helps us. Thank you, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I have released the Yellowstone vlogs from last year onto this channel. Hope you enjoyed those. It's basically just visuals and music, but it is Yellowstone, so it's fun to watch. Please let me know if you want any of this stuff. I will send it to you for free if you live in the US. Oh, that brings me to my last point. I've mentioned this multiple times before. I am not oblivious to the outside world. I know what the state of the country is in general. I pay very close attention to it, much closer than I want to, and I don't talk about it in the videos. And it's not because I don't think about it. I am thinking about it. It's just, and I think the only reason I'm mentioning this, I'm like, in the future, if you see this video and you're like, what? Why was he just doing this while Rome was burning? And I'll be like, yeah, I know, that is a little weird, isn't it? But it's a conscious choice, and I don't even know if it's the right choice, but God, just every day, it's just like, what? I don't understand. Like, how people are okay with it. Not only they're okay with it, they support it. It's so baffling. Like, you look back on historical events and you're like, how could people have gone along with this? Like, why were they okay with this? And then it happens to you and you're like, oh, I guess a lot of people weren't okay with it, but it's still just as baffling that there are so many people who are okay with it. Just the truth. Why is the truth not more powerful than lies? That is such a weird thing. People's tenuous relationship with truth. God. And just in case like somebody needs to hear this, if somebody looks like they're doing bad things and they're doing the things bad guys would do, there's a good possibility they're a bad guy. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good one. See you in the next one. Just scrambling to get it on. Where are all these crumbs coming from? These aren't crumbs, this is like cake. What is this? Is it cake? There's like cake in here. We gotta get this cake out of here. Cake crumbs up in here. Up in here? Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here. Is everything zipped? Yes. That stuff wasn't zipped.